Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your girl, Reiju. Get ready. It's going to be a very, very spicy build setup here for the Vinsmoke family. Come at you guys with one of the better builds in which I come up with so far in terms of consistency, flow, how the deck can operate, the aggression. It's a lot of fun. Now, there are a lot of options when it comes to this build. You can build her in many different ways when it comes to the Vinsmoke family, let alone I'm also working on an Animal Kingdom pirate version when it comes to Reiju. Kind of similar to how you would build Blurple, but a little different, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that'll come up in a future video. I'm still tweaking the ratios and all that sort of thing. But overall, today we're going to be talking about the Vinsmokes and how this build can operate, what I'm doing, and all that sort of thing. As you can see, we're at 45 out of 51, so I will talk about the spice here in a split second. Let's go over the shell and what we got going on here. So generally speaking, we're running 8 2K counters, opting in 2 more to make it 10 with Miss Doublefinger here. Like I said, this one is optional. The other 8 2Ks are going to be mandatory, the Kaya and the Sora. Kaya more so, this allows you to cycle through cards and get cards in your trash in the early game that set up plays for later on, be it that you draw 2 cards and trash 2 from hand, which is really, really good for this build. Miss Doublefinger, again, is optional. If you take her out, I would advise you to up your ratios to something like Yanji, which is really, really good, and we'll talk about some of the ins and outs for this guy, let alone what matchups he can be bad in and all that sort of thing. But overall, this is the shell. This is what we got cooking up here. Now, you may notice that we are only running 2 Germa 6/6 events. This is my personal preference. You can up this to 4 if you want to. You can up it to 3. I think 2, for me, works out fine. Some games I see it, some games I don't, and I'm not like upset about it or any of that. But it does do well for what it's supposed to. Now, the downside to opting to run this at 4, just due to the fact that some of the cards that I'm going to show you in a split second, sometimes you have to pass up on them. You know what I mean? But overall, I think 2 for me is that sweet spot. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you what we got cooking up here. We've added in 2 puddings and then 2 queens. I feel I've seen a lot of these lists that do not run queen, and I'm very confused as to why. I think he's a staple here in the Germa package in any variant of Reiju due to the fact of what his ability is. You minus that Dawn, right? You draw a card off your leader ability, then you draw 2 more cards off a queen, and then you cycle cards from your hand as well, which is really, really good because that allows you to fuel your trash, so you guys can snowball later on if need be and power up and start hitting those numbers. And then we've opted to also include Black Bug. This is another card that we don't see played in this deck all too often, and I feel like you should try it out, give it a shot, let me know what you think about it, because Black Bug removes very key pieces to a lot of decks right now. And that's Borsalinos, that's Sanji blockers, that is Sabo blockers. It allows you to remove things like Hiyori, that way Queen can't play with this. That way decks like Katakuri and Enel can't play with this. It allows you to remove Kikyo, because at the end of the day, attacking into this card, into a yellow deck, it's just going to benefit them more so than you, because they heal a life, they get another trigger. Yellow with triggers is never a good idea, you know what I mean? So having cards that can instantly remove cards, such as that, instead of having to attack into them, is pretty huge. Now, when it comes to our big bodies here, such as Judge and Ichiji, I opt to run 4 and 4 of these guys. You want to see him every game. You will see him every game. He's staple. Judge, 2. You, generally speaking, will be able to draw this out with your Germa Kingdom or your Germa 6/6 event. You opt to only see this guy once a game, generally. So, I mean, seeing him 3 or 4 ratio is way too many. I think 2 is that sweet spot. He does his job. He gets you that win. He fills up your board. He does a good job doing that. Now, when it comes to certain other cards here in this deck, such as Niji, this is another very key piece to removal. Playing into decks such as, again, Yellow, for instance, it allows you to remove cards on board. That way your opponent has to deal with it, play him back down, all that sort of thing. He can remove blockers as well, such as your Sanjis, your Brules, your, if we're going for a green here, which we're going to see a lot of, and you're going to see a lot of these. Rosa, not that one, sorry. Where you at, buddy? Rosinante allows you to remove these as well. He can kill this if he needs to or return it to hand. He is very, very good, situational, but, you know, each their own. I opt to only run 3 of these. I think 4 is a little bit too much. The only Vinsmoke in which I do want to change, in which I've told you guys that she is optional, if you take her out, you increase Yanji, because you need to see your blockers on board for a lot of decks. This 6k body, it says 5, but he's a 6k. Considering the fact that you generally have less Don than your opponent, that means he'll become a 6k on your turn and on your opponent's turn. Kind of similar to Borsellino, except for he's always 6k unless if you have less Don than your opponent, which is really good. Now, why is that important? What are you guys going to keep seeing at your locals? Katakuri. Katakuri swings for 7k. If you're blocking with Yanji, you're blocking with Queen, you drop a 2k, then you're chilling at the end of the day. These are why these 6k blockers are actually really, really good. The only downside that I've come across with testing with this guy, he's a 4 cost, so he's easily removable with things that yellow does have access to, such as Amaru, let alone you're still going to run into decks that are going to run around with Reject or Impact. You know, it is what it is. Even though it's banned, it's a thing. So that's something to consider as well. Just take it on the chin. But things like Amaru and the leader ability to Perona can put this card in its place, because she rests this and then she just swings over it or plays an X-Drakes to pop it. So that's something to consider as well. But with things like Queen, she's got to do a lot more work. And Queen is a lot more beneficial to the deck than other people having to deal with this card. He's a big body on board. He does his job. He's easily counterable, so you can block out for him if need be. He becomes an 8k with a 2k counter, which is really, really good. But overall, this has been the build in which I've been working with. I do hope you guys want to give it a shot. But before we dive into some games here, I do want to talk about one more card here, which is Charlotte Pudding. This is a card in which you guys will see in a lot of blue variants, like a lot of blue decks. Do not sleep on this at all. No puns intended. She does really, really good in every matchup in the format, especially things like Gecko Moria, Perona, decks that are thriving off of combos. You know what I mean? They need certain pieces, like Ice Age into an X-Drake, or in Gecko Moria's case, like a Rob Lucci into a Helmeppo. Things of that nature can really just slow down these decks when you shuffle their hand back in. Also including Katakuri, when they're dropping down their puddings, right, to search out for their big moms. You play down your own pudding, you take that big mom, you put it back in the deck, they have to hope to find another one. This is a very strong card. But overall, let's dive into a couple games here, see what we got cooking up here. See you guys in a split second. Let's go.
Now, before we get into today's games, I do want to go ahead and say thank you to ACG Town for sponsoring this video. This is one of the places where I come to look at certain anime, and when it comes to like apparel and all that sort of thing, this is one of the websites. It's actually pretty solid. They have some decent prices, let alone there's sales all the time for all of your favorite animes out there. One Piece from Demon Slayer to Honkai Star Rail. Not an anime, but it's something that everyone out there is playing right now. Genshin Impact, Jujutsu Kaisen, there's a lot of stuff here, from Bleach, Fairy Tail, all that sort of stuff. They do clothing, apparel, all sorts of apparel, from 3D printed hoodies, which are actually really, really good. And we're not talking about like those generic hoodies or t-shirts you find inside of the mall that has just, you know, a random anime picture on it. No. These actually look really, really good, man. These look pretty fire. For those of you guys out there that work out and stuff and are interested in shorts, I picked up a pair of these recently, and they have that double layer aspect to them. I know it's something simple, and when it comes to phone cases, they range from a wide of different animes and mobile games and stuff, such as Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, all of that. But overall, give this place a shot. Let me know what you think about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Diving into a couple games today. Come at you guys with Reiju, playing into a Perona, in which this is one of our harder matchups, but, you know, we'll try our best. Let's go and discard our first Reiju here. Let's take Black Bug, just in case. It allows us to deal with, like, Borsellino, Ryuma, and X-Drake in the early game if need be. And I guess Rosinante, you know, just cause. But mainly the other guys, but yeah. That way we can bottom deck them, and she can't really get them back. With Rebecca, if she's opting to play that or not here. I don't know. Okay, so Rosinante in trash, another doggo. Nice. Okay, so let's get this down on board. Let's go ahead and activate the effect here. Can I please get some good cards? Hey, seeing Judge here is not bad, especially in the early game. That way we know we can at least have him. We'll take Ichiji, unfortunately. I would have loved to have taken the Queen. Let's go 6k to face. Now, in most of these matches, I try to play as aggressive as I possibly can, especially into like Perona. I probably should have saw that coming, right? Take the hit. Because they do have a lot of blockers. Specifically the Rosinante and the Borsalinos, you know? It's very hard to get around those sometimes. Let's drop the 7 cost. And let's take another Reiju. Just because that way we can just power up, if need be. Let's Black Bug the Ryuma. And we'll pass turn. Now, at least that's one body less that we have to deal with. Alright, never mind. She's gonna don up. I'm gonna go one more. There you go. Alright, so we'll block one of these and then take the other one. I don't want to lose too much life here in the early game. And then that'll work out, that's fine. I know I could have just potentially have given them like a Reiju or Ichiji there, but, you know, it's okay. Instead of going to 9. But I don't want to lose too many of my early pieces. Let's take this one too. I guess we should have blocked. Yep, we should have. Let's play this on board, right? We have an option to play Kaya. If we play Kaya, we drop both Reijus down. Nice. Okay. I don't want to do that just yet, because we have 6 cards in hand. We could potentially play this, but we would still have 6 cards, so let's drop the 7 again. Let's take the Ichiji, just because it's a 1k counter. Go 5 into Doggo. Is she just going to keep donning this up to swing? I don't want to deal with that. Okay. So the only way out of this, unfortunately, is to play this guy down. Otherwise, we don't get the draws. But, unfortunately, there is a bug here on Sim. As soon as I activate this effect, right, and start drawing cards, it takes away the intern button, unfortunately. I don't want to, but I'm afraid that if I don't do it here, she'll just rest me and attack into it. So, I'm kind of like, I kind of have to. Draw 2 from that, and then 1 from leader. You see the intern button disappeared again. It happens every single time with this card. So now we have to do this ability for us to be able to end the turn. Which is dumb, but, you know, it's a sim problem. It's fine. It'll get fixed eventually. Alright, so we'll go ahead and minus a Dawn. And then now, let's tell this guy what's up. Okay. Let's go to minus a Dawn here to play this guy down on board. I can't do anything with the effect, obviously. So, there's that. But this gives Perona another reason to just be able to rest and kill something. I wanted to save the ability, but I couldn't. I had to use it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be stuck on that screen without an intern button. Yep. Cool. Ain't much I can do, man. But that's fine. It's okay. Going to 7 here. We should block this, actually. We could get rid of this, and then the upper version of Yanji. Upper version. The one in the raid suit. My bad. Okay. Let's play this down. There's actually a lot of options here, to be fair. If we take the 3-drop, we can just evolve again, or power up. But having him as well, considering the fact that we have 3 other Ichijis in hand, is pretty solid. I kind of think we do need a blocker, but we'll see what we can do here. Go 5k to the face. Okay, do 5 again. Just remember, she can just rest me, so it's not really a huge thing. So now we'll be floating over 1 Dawn, which is kind of awkward. But if we were to play down Yanji, she just rested, you know what I mean? Let's go 7k to face. Nice. So now essentially we kind of have like a pseudo blocker on board if she decides to go for it. But it seems, considering she didn't Dawn up, this has to be the Moria turn, right? No, never mind. It's going to be a Dofi. Yep. Cool. Fair enough. I'm chilling. It's alright. I can only lose... Wait, hold on. Yeah, I can lose 2 Dawn here and still be able to play Judge the following turn. So I think it'll be okay if we play this down and then draw some cards. But having the blockers here, at least 2 of them, is probably the better option. Ooh, Black Bug. So he can't restand. Let's just go ahead and get another body on board. I'm pretty sure we have one. Yeah, okay. Come on, game. Goodness. Alright, double blockers. This way she can only rest 1. So potentially she gets 2 attacks in here. Maybe. Yeah, she definitely gets 2 attacks here. We only have 3k counter in hand. So there goes an Ice Age. X-Ray kills that. It's pretty good, man. The combination is so strong. It's a lot better seeing things like that instead of like seeing Houndblades, you know what I mean? But each their own. If we guard out, we can get these cards back. I guess we just let this one go in this regard. There's no reason for me to save that. Can't save this one either. We might be in a spot, boys. We'll see. So we get the Kaya. We have the Judge here. So realistically, we can play down Judge, or I can bot deck one of the X-Drakes here and attack into the other one. But Judge allows me to get at least 1 more body on board, 1 more Yanji. Because I can't get rid of the Doflamingo. So that's still 2 attacks coming my way the following turn. It's a tough call here. I think we're going to do it. We're just going to play Judge. I think it's probably the best option here. Actually, you know, in hindsight, I probably should have activated the Germa event first. That's my bad. But I think we'll be okay. Stress the Queen. Okay, so we cannot bounce back an X-Drake the hand, considering they're both 5 costs. So we can't use that. But what I can do is take our 7 cost and attack into the X-Drake. So we get one of these. We'll definitely need a Reiju here, that way we can draw some more cards. Very important. And I guess we will replace the Kaya with another Yanji. That way we have double blockers on board. And that's it. Now we're looking pretty good. Because in this case, we've got 2 blockers. That way we can block at least a Dofi and or the leader. And another 2k counter. Let's go ahead and level up real quick. Can I have at least a 2k? Please? I mean, we got 2k, so that works out. And then we'll attack into the X-Drake here. So that'll bring him down to a 4. Now, I don't know if we're going to take both attacks, but if she decides to block this one, then I guess we will attack with the 7k. Because this is a 4 right now, so she needs at least a 2k to survive. Nice. If we attack, we might be a little bit aggressive. Because that'll give her an extra card in hand for the following turn. Let's drop this. Alright, that did us no good. So we take a no counter card, I guess. Just in case, man. Like, I don't want to give her an opportunity to get another X-Drake. Not X-Drake, but another Doflamingo or a Moria. Especially in this scenario, so I think starving her is probably the better play. And then on our following turn here, we should be able to win. Never mind. Oh boy. It's looking spooky now. I mean, I'm pretty sure we get out of this, I think. Okay. We'll guard out. Drop both 2Ks. Yeah, we're good. We got there. Even if she didn't put that extra Dawn under X-Drake, we still got there. 100%. Because we could have let the X-Drake one go through, and or the Hody one go through. We've been fine. Or sorry, no, not the Hody, but the X-Drake. We've been alright. Not that we need it, but I'm going to see if we can actually get another 7 cost here on board. I think potentially we already have game here. Let's go ahead and do this ability again. Drop the Kaya. I guess we'll take the double 6. Can we get there, boys? We got there. And this should be GG. Draw a free card as well. Start peppering it. I don't think she gets out of these at all, to be honest. So, but either way, we will be diving into another one. Yep, cool. I'm really not sure what this hand is, I'm not gonna lie. That was absolutely terrible. I mean, I should have taken it, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is. We get the stage out of the game. Playing against a Nell here. Coming at you guys with Reiju. Hopefully this will be a good match. And Nell is a very difficult deck for this deck to deal with, considering I kind of look at this match a little bit like Zoro. We build board wide, you know? So we'll see. We'll see what we can get done. Go ahead and toss that out. Let's go ahead and grab the 7 cost here. That way we can toss him out for next turn and hopefully get boosted up. Let's go 8k. Try to get this man to have as many cards as possible before we drop pudding. 8 cards in hand. Please. No ohm. Nice. Alright. See, we're looking good, boys. We're looking good. Now my luck would be, if I decided to attack, he would block out. So let's go ahead and do this instead. Discard the 7. Ooh, not bad. We already have the 3. So I guess we should draw the 4 here, just in case for the Yonji. And we'll pass it up. Can't really do anything else here at this point. You may be questioning why I didn't attack there. I just didn't want to give him an extra card. Like, just for potential to have a trigger there. Okay, so Kiku. We already have the answer to this. I can't black bug him. He's at 6 Dawn here. We're at 7. I have to be at less or even Dawn to black bug. So instead, let's trash the other stage. Not bad. I don't think it really matters, right? Because we can play him for free, essentially. But we need to actually do the Yonji and then play the 3-drop. Because we have to be less Dawn for his effect to work as well. So we minus a Dawn here. Now my effect is live. Let's draw a card and bounce this back to hand. Go 5. Nice. Of course. But it's okay though, because we have another pudding for this. Was he at 8 Dawn now, I think? Is that 8? Yeah, it's 8. Okay. So now we have to worry about Big Mom, Katakuri, and 7-dropping Nells here. He didn't get any Ohm Holly combo, so can't complain too much. He was running Onami, so that's kind of interesting. And Kiku, I guess. I guess Kiku is probably going to be a staple for every yellow deck. That card's pretty disgusting, to be honest. When she is killed, you gain a free life, which is nice. Otherwise, on board, she's swinging at you 6k every turn. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to plan this out already, right? So he's going to swing at me, of course. We'll counter out of this. We'll get rid of this. On my following turn, we'll attack into him with 5. And hopefully he just takes the hit and does a Shirahoshi thing. If that's the case, then normally when you Shirahoshi, right, you get rid of useless cards in hand and keep the better ones. So then we'll just pudding here. It's at this point he knew, right? At the end of the day. I was waiting for him to like rage or say something, because that is kind of triggering, to be honest. Alright, let's get pudding down. Not pudding, Reiju, sorry. Let's go ahead and do the thing. We got quite a bit of counter in hands, so I'm feeling quite safe, just in case he decides to drop like Yamato here on his following turn. Alright, get rid of the 3-drop, grab another 2k. Now we've got 4 2Ks in hand, and I don't think there's anything he's going to be able to do to get past this, unless he tries to clear board some way or the other. So in case he's got like an impact or a reject here, you can pop the Reiju, get rid of the pudding, and do some damage that way. Okay, Amaru. I don't think it's worth guarding this one. We can just bring him back. He'll probably clear board, right? Yep, okay. That's fine. Please no blockers. No shenanigans. Okay, that is a shenanigan, but alright. Why would you do that? So to give yourself a life. That's kind of crazy. Alright, let's poke the bear. We do have an opportunity of going judge here, so let me have it. Alright. Nice. No Mario. Thank you. Well, misplays were made. I swear I thought I clicked the event there. That is my bad. Because now we cannot get an Ichiji here, because we don't have any in the trash. I mean, there's no telling that my 7k would have went through to take the last life there, but still. I felt that I actually already clicked the event stage. It's my fault. Either way, it's fine. Misplays happen. I guess we can still power up here and protect ourselves because we're safe in this scenario. We've got a blocker on board. We've got 4 2k counters. 5 2k counters, sorry. Let's trash this. Alright, now we have 6. We're out here, boys. We got this. I cannot bounce and or kill anything here with Niji, so I guess we'll just put him on board. I think his effect is just for opponents, so you can't even bounce cards from your side of the field to hand either. In that regard, we could have bounced up the small Reiju just for another 1k counter. But he still has an opportunity of doing a lot of damage here. This could be a Yamato turn, and that's potentially three swings he can do in this one turn, and he heals a life, so just hope he doesn't have one. Okay. We'll counter out. I don't really want to get rid of the 4-drop just yet, so we're going to keep using our 2Ks here. I know it seems a little crazy, but just in case. We've got an army of them, might as well use them. This poor guy. Reiju is cooking, boys. Alright, so there's his Amaru, right? Or maybe a Beji, but probably an Amaru. We'll block out with Yanji and then just discard the rest of our hands. This way we have enough attacks to go through next turn, I hope. We have at least 6. Now we have 7, actually. Or sorry, now we actually have 6 attacks without having to don up the Reiju. Let's go keep poking the bear. Just get Judge in there, just in case it is an Amaru and or a Beji. Of course, it would be. So this means I actually have to go for it. I have to attack with Yanji here as well. Yep. We don't really need to play. Let's just go 5. That's fine. I think that's it. Nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Diving into another one. Playing against a Katakuri here. We'll probably play maybe 2 games after this. Maybe 1 or 2 games. Oh, we'll see. I'm trying to keep it around like 4 or 5 games per video, depending on what deck it is. I've noticed that most of these Reiju games do tend to last a little bit longer. There's so many different, I guess, scenarios and plays that you can make per turn. You know what I mean? But I've also noticed playing against decks like Gecko Moria tend to take a very long time. Playing into them, you know? But we'll see. We'll try to get one of those and maybe some Yamato stuff if we're able to find some. But overall, let's see what we can do here. Unfortunately for him, we actually got the stage this time around. I've been playing against a couple Katakuris every now and then, and it feels like it's a hit or miss when it comes to stage. But once you do get stage on board, this deck feels so good. Let's go 6k to face. I know it's going to happen, and I'm sorry in advance for those of you that decide to play Reiju at locals and, you know, to have fun. It's going to feel really bad if you guys don't get stage. But we'll see. Some people are just unlucky, you know? We go 7 to face here. He looks at my life. Weird. I guess in 9 out of 10 scenarios, you kind of want to look at your own life as Katakuri. That way you know if a trigger is coming up or what have you. That way you can stack yourself up. But we got a Puddin there, by the way. Let's bot deck that. Let's go 5 to face here. With Reiju first, just in case it's like a Thunderbolt or Onami. He's got 5 cards in hand. He actually takes it. Cool. We'll take that. Nice. Of course. So double triggers here, man. Like, that is so much tempo. I guess we'll have to take another black bug here, because we're going to have to remove one or the other. There's no shot I can let both of them stay on board. We can't kill the Kikyo, otherwise he'll get a free life. And he'll probably just guard out either way. As much as I want to guard this, realistically, he might just don up Kikyo and or Pudding here. And just go for more attacks. So it's probably not worth it. We should just let it go here. So he potentially has 4 hits this turn. We'll block out this one. I can't take every one of these. As much as I want to, I cannot. So we'll guard this one. Okay. That board is disgusting, man. This might be a little greedy, but let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so we get another blocker here, which is very important. So we'll take that. 5 Dawn left. I'm going to have to black bug the Kikyo, and then we'll probably attack into the Satori here, just to see if we can get rid of it. It's probably going to guard out. Please no. Let me have it. Alright, fair. I guess that's a 2k out of his hand. Let's get rid of the queen, just in case. Taking the German 6/6 is probably a good idea as well. But in case we do get to have Judge, we can just drop this in the trash on the following turn with our event. And let's black bug. It might be smart to play it on a blocker though. But I think black bug is probably the better idea, because that way we can get rid of another attacker on board, and we should be able to guard out with our 2Ks from the rest of the attacks here. Unless he drops like the 7-drop Big Mom here or a Katakuri, I'm not worried about too much. If it is Big Mom, we lose the life, and then he has potential to go for a game the following turn. You could also take it slow. Alright, so he's not playing anything. Instead, he's going to attack me with Pudding here. It's unfortunate. So either he doesn't have Enel, he doesn't have Katakuri, and he doesn't have Big Mom in hand. Because if so, I'd assume he would play that on curve. So one of these 2 hits we have to take. I guess we'll just take this hit, considering he knows what the life is right now. There's no reason to guard this one, unless he dons up Kikyo for 10k. Which I hope he doesn't. Please don't. Nice. Okay, so 7. Let's counter out. He has 3 Dawn left, so it's potentially he has a Brûlée in hand or a Pawseplay's. Okay. Or I guess I could have been something off the wall, I suppose. This is a very, very tight spot to be in. Let's discard that. I guess we can draw this. We don't really need the Niji, but let's go ahead and take the Niji. Let's go 5 into the pudding. I think it's more likely we actually get the pudding here instead of the Satori. Actually, you know what? Realistically, we probably should pop Judge. But I think if we would have hit Judge down on board, he would just block that with Brûlée anyway. If he went for the Satori. Alright, let's take this as well. We at least can have a blocker here on board. Okay. I think we're good. Let's just take this anyway. We don't have the power up, but at least we have him on board for it. Hopefully we get him soon. Alright, let's draw some cards. Alright, not bad. More so excited about the 2k, so that's good. Let's give minus 2k here. And then I guess we'll go attacking after we get our blocker out. I'd imagine he would let it go. There's no way he's going to block with hand, right? He's not going to drop his cards in hand. If he gets rid of the Brûlée, he loses another attacker on board. Or sorry, if he gets rid of the Brûlée, he loses his blocker on board, unless he has Big Mom for the following turn. But previously, he didn't have the Enel, he didn't have the Katakuri. Good job. So we might be in business here. Such a tough game playing against Katakuri with this deck, I feel. Alright, so we get another blocker on board. He goes 9k with Kikyo. And then that'll be 9k with Leader again. So we will have to block this one, of course. But thankfully, we have the 2k counters here. So we'll block out with Yonji. And get rid of our 2ks. It's probably better to just go ahead and throw away another 2k Kaya, to be fair. Okay. Please. Nope. Well, that sucks. I was hoping to get another Niji or something. That way we can bounce back a Brûlée or Sanji the hand here. Actually, I think I would have bounced back the Kikyo there, to be fair. It just went face. It's going to be a tough one. Because he's got 2 blockers up and 3 life left, which is possible all triggers. And I have 1 blocker on board. So if we swing with everything here and don't get a Thunderbolt or an Onami off trigger, we were super lucky. Let's go 8 to face. This could be a very, very bad spot for me in case one of those is a Beji, a Thunderbolt, or an Onami, and then pops my blocker. Then we just insta-lose. So this probably wasn't a good idea. But I have to do damage here before he starts dropping Big Mom. Okay. No trigger. Love to see it. Let's go 7 first. Because that way he's forced to actually give me a blocker or take a damage. Yep. We can poke the bear some more. Go 5. Gudetsu. Hey, so he does run Onami in the deck. That's good to know. Might be a little bit late now, but still. If we trash this here, we can actually draw some more cards, potentially. Which, we could actually get another Niji. Can we top deck, please? I mean, this'll work, this'll work, this'll work. Because we have another blocker here. I think we have another one of these in trash. I don't remember. Let's play this first. Let's get rid of the 7. Take a 2k. I think that's the best thing that we can do right now. Let me see real quick. Do we have one? Yeah, we do. We do. All right, we're good. We're good. I guess we just trash the 3-drop, I suppose. There's no point of trashing the 7, so it doesn't seem like we're going to get this back anytime soon. Alright, so we get another blocker down on board. Now we're feeling extra safe. Alright, we'll pass it up. So even if he decides to drop Big Mom here, he will lose the game entirely, 100%. Because he only have... Yeah, so he's going for it. Block this out as well. I think we're good here, boys. Nice. Alright, can we please get a top deck? You top deck Big Mom, why can't I get one? Thank you. I appreciate it. So this will allow us to bounce back the Sanji to hand here. Or the Kikyo. Realistically, I don't think he's going to swing with Sanji. We could just risk it and go face. Let's play this first. Discard that. We got nothing. We're going to go all out. I think that's the best choice right now. Let's just do it. Let's go 5. Okay. Maybe he's feeling safe, considering he does have 3 life here. But just one of those triggers could just end the blockers and I lose game. Because otherwise, I feel like we can just win this turn. Can't really do anything with that. Let's go 8k. If that's not a trigger, we're going to go for game. If it is, if it's another body, he has to discard his whole hand to play that body down on board. Unless it's a Sanji blocker. If it's not a Sanji blocker, then it's not worth it. Okay? We'll Dawn up here. Go 6. Both of our blockers are swinging for 6 by themselves, so we can push them up to 7 each. 3 life left, 2 attacks left to go. We're going to have to play this to bounce the Kiku back to hand. Unfortunately. We won't be able to kill him here, so we'll bounce her back to hand at least. That way he can't swing with it. And we can actually eat up both his attacks with both our blockers here. That has to be the right play. Unless, again, he gets like a Katakuri or an Enel. Or Yamato here. I think we're fine. I guess Yamato wouldn't really help, right? So Katakuri or Enel. We don't have enough counter here to let this go. Or to block this. I guess we'll block with Mom. Or sorry, we'll block the Mom with Yanji. He's got 7 Dawn left. So this goes for 9k. Which I don't have right now, actually. So we're going to have to block here with this as well. If he does have an Enel, we can win. Yeah, if he drops Enel, we win the game. Because that is exactly 9k in hand. Alright, so we have to guard out, unfortunately. There's nothing else we can do. If he has an L here, he wins. If he doesn't, we have the game. So another Sanji blocker. Alright, that's it. It's over. Well played, buddy. Very close. We get another judge here. We don't need it, so let's discard this. Ooh, actually. We'll take this to bounce the Sanji back to hand here. And then I think we can win that way. Just going to pop this down. We'll push this to hand. He's at 1k counter at the very least. I think we should go... We have 6, 6, 7, and 8k. Nice. Please, no triggers. There's the Onami. Boys, are we really about to lose this game? So he's got 2 Dawn active, thanks to Judge's leader effect. Or sorry, Judge's effect. We go 7. Nice. Let's go, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably do this game right here and then one more after this. I'm sorry for the long video today. I know I generally do long videos, but I think it was the Katakuri match. That game really like took a lot out of me. Like it really did. That felt like a long game, even though it was only 20 minutes. I guess considering I talk a lot, that's probably what it is. So, but in any case, most Gecko Moria matches that I've noticed, at least playing with Reiju, seem to go a long time too. So I'm sorry if this match is going to be probably like 22 minutes, 20 minutes, 18 or whatever. I'll try to get it done as quickly as we can. Let's get a blocker on board already. We'll pass it up. I've noticed though, with this deck here, I tend to want to starve out Gecko Moria players. Like I don't want to go for life unless there's no other option. There's nothing on board for me to clear or absolutely have to. Most of the time, I just chill. Because their hand will dwindle, and they can't replenish it like Sakazuki can. You know what I mean? They're not playing brand news back to back to back in this scenario. Or they're not cycling cards out of their hand with their leader effect. It's a completely different animal. And they seem to not have many options when it comes to how many cards they have in hand here. So we just take these games quite slowly until we can amass an army and just go for face. So every now and then, though, we will just get a little bit of poking. But I'm not really going to send forth the whole squad. You know what I mean? Alright, so it gives me a Sabo. Which is fantastic because Sabo in this deck is very hard to deal with. He's a 6k body on board, which I can't bounce back to hand. I can only bottom deck it with Black Bug. So we'll get rid of Judge. We'll get rid of the 7 cost. We'll pass it up. Thank you, Kaya. Now, most of the time, though, I am taking a lot of these hits when it comes to playing against Moria. I don't necessarily mind all too much. And then you got to keep in mind that their big drops that they play generally is just Gecko Moria. You know what I mean? That's it. There's not a whole lot of threats that this deck plays that you have to really be worried about. We got Greater Eruptions in the trash and Ice Ages. We're looking pretty good. So he's going to bring back... I don't know how to say this guy's name. So I'm not going to butcher it. You guys know who it is. You know, the tiger that can turn invisible. It is what it is. There goes Yanji. 6k here as well. Let's guard out here. Let's give him the 2k. And speaking of which, this deck is so much easier to deal with opposed to playing Sakazuki. Considering that all Gecko Moria's cards, they can kill you, but they don't bottom deck you. You know what I mean? So for Reiju, that is such a better idea. Or better alternative, my bad. Let's go and drop Jirima. Ooh, there's so many good options here. So many. We're going to have to take the event, though. We need the stage. As much as I kind of wanted the Black Bug, we need the stage here. Let's toss Pudding. As much as use that this card can give you in this matchup, if we're starving out the Gecko Moria, he's not going to have a lot of cards in hand. Because this turn, we're going to go for the Perona on board, opposed to going for leader. And then I think we want to have the Yanji here. I don't want to give him back the Tiger. I don't want to give him back that. So taking the Yanji is a little bit better for me because I can actually block out for the following turn. Goes to 4 here. We're doing pretty well so far. We're hanging in there. Even though we had to play behind because we didn't have the stage early game. Oof. It's probably better just to take this hit, like, to be honest. We're at 5. We'll go to 7. We can get rid of the Kaya here if we want to, but it's probably better just to take it. Because he might just dine up the other cards. Just poking away at me. Okay, 5. He's got 8. Okay, so never mind. He's going to play Moria here. He's not going to dine up the other ones. He's going to play Moria down. So realistically, our Reiju is probably going to go to the trash. Let's give him the 2k. So he's going to play Moria. Moria can get back... I don't remember what else he had in trash. I just assume that Reiju's going to die here. I thought Reiju was actually going to die here, but I guess not. He doesn't have anything in the trash to pop her right now. He has Rob Lucci there, so Rob Lucci can actually kill Kaya, but that's about it, realistically. He didn't have anything else to minus cost. If his board was full before he played Moria, then yes, he could have done it that way. By playing Moria on top of the Helmeppo, and then Moria's got the effect off to get the Helmeppo back with the Rob Lucci. That could have been a play, but he couldn't do it that way. I guess we have no choice but to draw Reiju, right? I guess we can take another Kingdom as well, and just do the Kingdom effect again, which isn't too bad. We'll get rid of this guy. That way we have another blocker here on board. That sucks. I guess we'll get him back, right? We can get the power up here for the next turn with Judge. Let's go 5 into dog. Like I said, we're going to chip away. We're not going to go into life right now. Especially considering how bad of a spot we are in. Let's don this up. Go 7 into the Tiger Man. I told you guys, man, I feel like most Gecko Moria matches just seem to take so long. It makes me just want to avoid this deck altogether, to be fair. And I don't know it's the deck. I think it's like the fact that this deck can be played so many different ways, so many options to do things. People get kind of confused. But each their own. This is just what I've learned and what I've been playing against so far. Get rid of the Reiju here. We have no choice. Going 6k to myself. We can guard out here with the 2k. You can probably don up Sindri. So that'll swing at me for 5. And then he can go, what, 7k with lead? At least I hope that's the play. Because next turn we can clear board with Judge. I gotta take it. So if I block out with this, he'll probably attack into it, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Because we can just bring it back with Judge. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now we'll just bring everything back. We're at 9 Dawn. Let's go ahead and pop this. Let's get rid of this. Let's see. Do we even have a Yonji down here? We have a Yonji. We don't have a Niji, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and take the Niji. And then we'll play down Judge. We'll have to discard them both, unfortunately. Actually, no. Let's get rid of Lucci. We'll get rid of Lucci instead. Because this'll seem like it's a better opportunity. He won't block it, because he'll lose his blocker and the Lucci. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our cards to draw. Nice, we get the Black Book too. That's awesome. So that way we can get rid of the Perona the following turn if need be. Let's level up here too. As much as I don't want to do this, let's go 7k into the Sindri. There's no reason to hit leader. That way he'll get a free card there. Let's just remove this and hopefully he'll attack into our 7-drop next turn. If he doesn't, it's fine. Because we have at least 2k counter in hand and a blocker on board. And there's really not much else he can do right now besides drop potentially an Ice Age. And then a Rob Lucci, maybe. But he has to have cards to do that, and we've been starving him out, so I doubt he has both those cards in hand. That is unfortunate, not something I wanted to see. But it's okay, though, because we have the answer for it with Niji. Because we can play him down and then pop the Rebecca back to hand. So we got a Tashigi, okay. You know you can activate the ability, right? Because it comes in play tapped. You probably should have just played that down, you know, hard casted it. But maybe he's trying to go for game here, so I don't know. Alright, so we'll guard out. Your best bet here is to just swing in with Moria if you want to try to clear that. Or do it this way. That's fine. Yeah. We'll take that. Okay, so we can actually black bug the Rebecca. And then kill the dog with Niji, if need be. Clear the Perona and then clear the Tashigi. So that's the whole board there. Let's go 5 here. I think he'd guard out on the Perona with hand and or the blockers on board. Let's just try and see. Regardless, we have the clear here. Okay, so he gives me a Sabo, which is great. We have enough Dawn to do it this way. We have exactly 7 here. So we can bug this, right? And then we can Niji and get rid of the dog, and then go Judge into the Perona, and then pass turn. That card is so good, by the way. Alright, let's go ahead and bug this. Alright, so we get to draw another Niji off of that, which is really solid. Let's just go ahead and kill this, actually. You know, in hindsight, it was probably better to just throw that back in the hand, because he's going to get it anyway. But putting it in the trash just gives him an obvious choice, so at least I know which card he's going to pull back on the following turn, which is okay, too. I don't really need this right now. I kind of need to find a 2k counter if we're able to. That'll work. Sweet. Alright, we'll pass it up. So we get a blocker here on board as well. He has 2 cards in hands, 4 life left. Alright, so he plays down a Sindri, which is fine. What did he get rid of? A Roblucci, 2 2k counters, a Lola, and a Dr. Hogback. Okay, so we're good, we're good. That's a lot of 2Ks that he does not have, or he won't get off these triggers here, at least. Let's go 5 here. Or 9 here, sorry. We'll let it go. Not really much we're going to do about it. I guess his best bet would be to just Dawn up Leader and go into Judge. Yeah? And then he's going to pull back a blocker, maybe? Yeah, okay. We'll block out. I definitely need Judge here on board. We have to clear board here somehow. This allows me to draw cards. Alright. Let's play this. Can I get it? That's not what I was looking for, but this will work. My Black Bug will do well here too, but we need to take the blocker here. So there's that. I won't be able to swing over the Gecko Moria here, because we need 9k to swing into it. He has a blocker on board, so I can only get rid of the body, unfortunately, because he's just going to block out with the dog, right? Now, if I attack into him, he's more likely just to take the life, because then he'll just counter back and attack into the Judge. Alright, let's do this. Let's minus the Dawn. Let's pop this. Let's go ahead and kill that again. Won't pass turn here. So you got 4 life left. The reason why we did it like that, I could have donned up the Judge and then attacked into the Gecko Moria, but there's no point considering the fact that he was just blocked out with the dog. Regardless of how I decided to go about that scenario, he's just going to do his leader ability again and play the dog back down. You see what I'm saying? So this is an issue, though. We do have the counter, so there goes that. 1 life left. Sorry, 2 life left. So we're alright. We're good. What was it, 7? So he gets the dog again. He won't be safe next turn, though. Like, that's it at that point. He only can guard out one of my attacks, which we're all just going to go face anyway. Oh, we got Perona instead. Okay. So potentially he's going for the end game next turn then. He's got to be. Alright, Moria, let's go. Stop stalling. Alright, so 9k. We'll block out. 7 Dawn here. Let's go 5 face. Of course. Yep. Get rid of this. Just in case we need to drop the 7 drop. Let's go 5. I think we win here. We have to go 9, right? Yeah, just in case. And this should be game. I'm so happy to be out of here, man. So happy. Goodness gracious. Let's go, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last game of the day. Coming at you guys playing against a Yamato here, which is going to be very hard to deal with. But I am so spent, man. Playing into Katakuris, Gecko Morias with this deck. It just seems like it goes on forever. So, thankfully, we're playing against another aggressive deck, so let's do it. It shouldn't be that long of a game, I hope. I'll take the first hit here, considering he doesn't have Banish, so... maybe we didn't have any way to out-counter that anyway, so it is what it is. Let's get 5k in. Gives me a Brûlée, not bad. I do want to play this, but I don't want to play this because he has no bodies on board. Essentially, we could set up for next turn if we decide to play it. Let's go ahead and discard the event. Ooh. A Black Bug would be pretty good here, wouldn't it? Just in case, you know? We can get rid of a Kikyo or something. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. Let's play down Reiju. I think he would be able to clear it, though. But it's better than playing down Niji right now. And we can still potentially play Pudding at some point. Let's do another Kaya. Oh, nice. Oof. Did we get rid of the Pudding or the Black Bug, though? Alright. It was a tough decision. We had to do it. Let's do the thing. So we have to put a Dawn on something because the intern button disappeared. Alright, our hand's looking pretty cracked right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking really good. This would really suck if he has a Banish Nami. Oh, we're just gonna go for it. Okay. Aggressive. Love to see it. Take the hit as well. So now we're really playing on the back end, aren't we? But I feel we can come back from this game. We can control it. We'll get there. Let's go 5. We have the blockers. We have the Queen. And I think Queen is going to be key to this matchup just because of Mario and how it works. That he can rest my Yonji if he needs to. Let's go 5. Hey, I appreciate it, homie. I forget sometimes that, you know, they can't hear me. Hold up. Let's get Queen down first. Let's discard. This will work now. We don't need the Pudding anymore. He's got 4 cards in hand, and we're not really going to allow him to get free stuff, so... Yeah, let's get rid of the Pudding. Alright, so we get a Reiju. Alright, don't want to pretend like I didn't hear him or pay attention or anything, so... Alright, sorry guys. Anyway, comes at me for 9k. We'll block with Queen, we'll give him out a couple 2ks here. We have Reiju in hand as well if need be, but it's probably better to just go ahead and give the 2k instead of all these counters. Get that out there as well, get this out of there as well. Now we can pull them back for the following turn, because we have the small bodies in hand. We'll bounce back the Kikyo to hand, so we can't get an extra swing next turn. Do leader effect first. Bounce this. We draw another Yonji off leader effect, which is really, really good. Let's go 5 face. Ooh, this deck's looking kind of familiar. Not gonna lie. There's Noah's Ark. This is it right here. This is the moment where Yaoli has a Mario. This is it. Calling it. Good game, buddy. We definitely need the 2Ks here. Take another one of these. Let's go 5. I probably should attach the Dawn there and went 6, but they took it anyway. It's fine. Yeah, he had a Mario. But he didn't rest the Yonji. Instead, he boosted himself. Okay, I guess that works either way. I mean, he was going to do it either way. 8k to face. So we don't need that, and we don't need the 4-drop, I think. We got there, boys. Okay. I think we just got to go for game here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we got it. Well played. All right, team. I appreciate everybody for making it to the end of the video. It was a long one today. I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For all you Reiju fans out there, don't worry. This is not the end of this leader. I will be diving back into another build here soon when I show you guys my Animal Kingdom Pirate variation, and which is pretty spicy. Let alone it's a different take on the Germa package, considering we won't be using the Germa package. But overall, it'll be more so like a Blurple Kaido build with this leader, which is actually pretty good when you think about it. But overall, I had a lot of fun with this. Please give this build a shot. Let me know what you think about it. Leave your thoughts and your opinions down in the comments below. Let me know what your matches that you guys are struggling with. Now, there is one particular deck that we did not include in any of these matches today, and that should be a no-brainer. That is Red Purple Law. By any means necessary, you guys should never, ever, ever win this match. Especially with a Germa package here, you should never win this match. A good Law player will cook you every single time. So, I mean, you didn't see this in the video because I cannot figure out a way around this leader just yet. And if you guys have any, like, actual, like, assured consistency build setups for playing against Law, leave it in the comments section below. Help out other players out there because you will struggle versing this leader. And I know he's coming back in OPO6. He gets a lot of cool tools, and we'll talk about him later on in a future video coming up here soon. But in any case, this has been my Reiju build. This has been my Germa package. We will be taking a peek at another one here relatively soon when it comes to Animal Kingdom Pirates, so stay tuned for that. Next up is going to be Queen. I'm very excited to bring you guys my Queen build. I'm super stoked for it, actually. I know you guys are very excited for Queen as well. Queen will probably be one of my main leaders for OPO6, so do stick around for that. But either way, remember, boys and girls, smash that like button and make sure to subscribe for your content when it comes to the channel and all things One Piece. Also, consider sticking around. We do have a giveaway coming up here when we get up to 3,200 subscribers. We'll be doing a giveaway this month. I'm not going to spoil it and let you guys know what it is just yet, but hopefully it'll be pretty cool and appreciated to those who win. But either way, this has been Pawseplays. I will catch you guys in the very next video. Good luck out there at your pre-releases, and I will catch you guys at locals. I'm going to head out.